Good morning and welcome to session 1 of Monday, day 3 of the UCI 2022 Masters Track Cycling World Championships in Los Angeles. We have 55 to 59 and 60 to 64 match sprinting, as well as team pursuits for the 65 plus and the 45 to 49. In our session this morning, our first event is sprint qualifying for the men's 55 to 59 with the 200-meter time trial. Top 12 riders will qualify for the 1/8 finals. Others will be ranked by their qualification times. Riders should be through bike check and heading to the back straight for the start of their 3.5 laps. When they come around the home straight, they'll see 3 to go, and they'll be timed over the final 200 meters. Will be timed over the final 200 meters, which starts about 2/3 of the way through the turn at the north end of the velodrome and finishes at the black line crossing the track in the middle of the big white stripe between the announcers and the officials' towers. We'll be keeping you appraised of the times as things go along. In the 1/8 final, the top 12 riders are seeded accordingly. First fastest seed against 12th fastest seed, second against 11th, third against 10th, so on. The brackets designed to create the maximum chance that the top 2 qualifiers will meet up in the final for gold and silver and the World Championship. Top 3 riders will go home with medals, and the gold medalists will go home with the World Championship and the associated jersey. This is the first step on that journey in these championships, the 200-meter time trial qualifying. We have 18 contestants vying for 12 spots and 1 step at the top of the podium. Racing should begin about 2 minutes from now. Once again, should have a nice line down the back straight. Waterman, Linder, Kyle, Despain, Arishi, Walthour, Brown, Francis. Just takes a couple of seconds for each of these 200s. We roll the next rider out, and the action continues. And right at the top of the clock, 9 o'clock, we're rolling our first rider out, Eric Waterman of the United States. Up on track, he'll be setting the time to beat. "45-degree banking both turns of the VELO Sports Center, 250-meter track in the heart of Carson, California. Riding to the top of the track is the equivalent of climbing a 2-story building. And they get all that work back as they come down the track. Eric Waterman seeing 2 laps to go. He'll be timed over the final 200 meters of the last 250-meter lap. There's the bell signifying 1 lap to go. Crosses the 200-meter line. Time at the 100 meters, a 6:136. Finishes in a 12:376. 12:376, the time to beat from Eric Waterman of the United States. On track now, Malcolm Linder, also of the United States. Two laps to go. Starts the clock. Second fastest at the 100 meters with a 6:399. Finishes second fastest with a 12:925. On track now, heat number 3, Charles Kyle of the United States of America. Should have Waterman, Linder, Despain, Arishi, Walthour, Brown in the ready area on track. Starts the clock. New best time at the 100 meters is 6:030. New best time, Charles Kyle, 12.197. 12.197 new best time. As we bring heat 4 on track now, Robert Despain of the United States of America. Rider number 268. New best time at the 100 meters of 5:829. And first time under 12 seconds, an 11:889. 11:889 new best time for Robert Despain. On track now, Arishi of Canada, heat number 5. Next riders will be Beze, Landry and Stanage should be in the ready areas. They will follow Walthour, Brown, and Francis. Rishi of Canada starts the clock. Six, 2-2-3, fourth fastest so far at the 100 meters. Finishes fourth fastest of the riders so far with a 12.662, 12.662. On track now, heat number 7, Bobby Walthour of the United States of America.
Let's go, Bobby!
Heat 7 of 19. Walthour starts the clock. New best time at the 100 meters of 5:8:07. New best time at the finish, 11.673. 11.673, Bobby Walthour. Fastest qualifier so far. As we bring heat 8 on track now, Eric Brown of the United States. Starts the clock. Fourth fastest at the 100 meters with a 6:082. Finishes fourth fastest with a 12:329. 12:329, time for Eric Brown. On track now, heat number 9, Bob Francis of the United States of America. Third fastest at the 100 meters with a 5:981. Finishes third fastest with a 12.081. 12.081 for Robert Francis of the U.S. On track now, Aaron Beze of the United States. The time to beat in 11.673 set by Bobby Walthour. Third fastest at the 100 meters with a 5.845. Finishes second fastest so far with an 11.869, 11.869. Heat number 11 on track now, Steve Landry of the United States. Second fastest at the 100 meters with a 5.813. Second fastest at the finish with an 11.772. 11.772 for Steve Landry. On track now, Frederick Stanage of the United States of America. He will be our 11th competitor, top 12 to qualify for the 1/8 finals. Fourth fastest at the 100 meters with a 5.834. Finishes third fastest so far with an 11.827. 11.827 for Frederick Stanage. On track now, Kirk Robinson of the United States. This will be our 12th competitor. And somebody will end up on the bubble. Once again, our 60 to 64s should start finding their way to the back straight. Robbie Mann, John Mayer, Kenneth Todd, Marvin Hall. Your event coming up here momentarily. New best time at the 100 meters of 5:7.27. Finishes with a new best time. New best time, Kirk Robinson, 11:5.81. 11:5.81, new best time. Okay, Malcolm Linder on the bubble as Thomas Schlesny comes on track now. Schlesny of Canada. Second fastest at the 100 meters with a 5:7.97. Finishes third fastest with an 11:7.03. 11:7.03. And that puts Karash Arishi of Canada on the bubble in 12th place as we bring up Alan Townsend of Australia. Oops. Yeah, Alan Townsend of Australia is on track now. Sorry, confused myself there for a second. Once again, this is qualifying for the men's sprint 1/8 finals to follow. Top 12 riders will be paired. For that round of sprinting according to their 200-meter times. Better one qualifies, the better one's chances through the brackets. New best time at the 100 meters with a 5:5.95. New best time at the finish. New best time at the finish. Alan Townsend with an 11:3.10. 11:3.10. That puts Eric Waterman on the bubble as Glenn Searle of Australia comes on track. Two to go for Searle. He'll be timed over the final 200 meters of his final 250-meter lap. Good speed coming into it. Could see a new best time here at the 100 meters. Second fastest so far with a 5:6.49. Finishes second fastest with an 11:5.71. 11:5.71 from Glenn Searle of Australia. That puts Eric Brown on the bubble as Ko Onora of Japan comes on track. Ko Onora, ex-Kieran racer, former Kieran racer. We've had two Japanese riders become world champions in the first 2 days. Will Ko Onora make it a third? First step on that journey would be a good time in the 200 meters. Good speed coming in. New best time at the 100 meters of 5:4.84. And new best time, Koanora 11.144, 11.144. That pushes Charles Kyle onto the bubble as okay, I believe that completes the 55-59. I'll check a rider number here momentarily, just make sure I've got things right. And that did complete our 55-59. Koanora, the top rider. We are now in Heat 1 of the men's 60-64 sprint qualifying. Robbie Mann of the U.S. will be setting the time to beat. .6634 at the 100 meters. Robbie Mann's time to beat a 13.449. So your top 12 qualifiers for the 1/8 final in the men's 55-59 are Honora, Townsend, Searle, Robinson, Walthour, Shalesny, Landry, Stanage, Beze, Despain, Francis, and Kyle. Charles Kyle, the 12th qualifier. Those gentlemen will bracket up. And we need Marvin Hall, Jay Wolkoff, and Carlos Daniel Sacavo on the back straight. Thank you. On track now, Heat 2, John Mayer of Canada. Once again, looking for Hall, Wolkoff, and Sacavo on the back straight. Mayer sets a new best time at the 100 meters of a 6.442, 6.442. Finishes in a new best time of 13.015, 13.015. Last call, Jay Wolkoff, Carlos Daniel Sacavo, and Ade Dent. Last call for back straight start to your 200 meters. On track now, Kenneth Todd of the United States of America, rider number 237. This is Heat 3 on track now. Heat 4 has been pushed out. And Kenneth Todd sets a new best time. First rider under 13 seconds with a 12.596, 12.596. Top 8 riders qualify for the quarterfinals. On track now, Heat 4, Marvin Hall of the United States. Marvin Hall starts the clock. New best time at the 100 meters of a 5.760. New best time at the finish, first rider under 12 seconds, 11.651, 11.651 for Marvin Hall. Almost a second faster than all other competitors so far. Heat 5 on track now. Jay Wolkoff of the United States. Good speed at the start. Second fastest at the 100 meters with a 5.888. Finishes second fastest so far with an 11.973. 11.973 for Jay Wolkoff, as Carlos Daniel Sicavo of Argentina is on track now, rider number 239. This is heat 6 of 8 of the men's 60 to 64 sprint qualifying. Our next event will be the 55 to 59 1/8 finals. These top 12 riders should know their heats. You'll need to come draw for position for your racing. Third fastest at the 100 meters with a 6.210. Finishes fourth fastest with a 12.707. 12.707 for Carlos Daniel Sicavo. On track. Last call, Gary Mandy. Last call, Gary Mandy, heat 9 to the back straight. On track now, Ade Dent of Great Britain, rider number 206. Ade Dent. Dent second fastest at the 100 meters with a 5.765. Finishes with a new best time, 11.548. 11.548 for Ade Dent. On track now, heat number 8 of 9, Jeff Stoker of Australia. New best time at the 100 meters by almost a quarter second of 5:5:19. New best time at the finish, 11.115, 11.1 for Jeff Stoker. As our 9th and final heat is on track now, rider number 220, Gary Mandy of Australia. So sprinters should be through bike check, and in the ready area, Honora, Kyle, Francis, Townsend, Despain, Searle, Bezet, Robinson, Stanage, Walthour, Landry, and Shalesny. Those are the 6 heats coming up after Gary Mandy. Right now, Robbie Mann on the bubble. Second fastest at the 100 meters with a 5:6.84. Mandy finishes second fastest with an 11.525. 11.525 for Gary Mandy. So your top 8 are Stoker, Mandy, Dent, Hall, Wolkoff, Todd, Zacabo, and Mayer. And this will be a one and done. Winner advances to the quarterfinals, others to the repechage. And Kyle has drawn the inside position in the red and black, and Nora on the outside with the striped skin suit. Being held by world champion Ito. Ito, part of Pist 6, new Kirin Racing organization in Japan. seem to have taken the 6-day formula and applied it to Kieran racing. So Kyle in front and Nora behind. Kyle was obliged to lead the first part of the first lap unless overtaken. And Nora, the fastest qualifier. Kyle, the 12th fastest. Speed isn't everything. Track craft or bike handling, good part of what leads to successful sprinting. Kyle hits the 200-meter line first. They're on their final lap. Nora's going to have to use his speed. He's got the longer way to come around. And he does. Nora will advance to the quarterfinals, Kyle to the repechage. Repechage second chance round to rejoin the tournament in the quarterfinals. The advantage being they get one more chance back in. The disadvantage is they've got one more race in the legs. Coming on track now, heat 2 of 6 between Townsend and Francis. Francis in white, Townsend in black. Townsend has drawn the inside position. Francis behind the Foundation for American Track Cycling. Funds lots of junior racing and other worthy causes. So during the opening laps, riders will often jockey for position to be where they want to be during the final 200 meters. Appears Townsend might want to be behind, not in front. And it's Bell and 1 to go. Townsend with the inside line, checking over his shoulder. And Townsend will advance to the quarterfinals. Francis to the repechage. So Despain, rider number 268, will be starting from the outside in the dark blue of Performance Cycle Coaching. And we'll get Searle back up here to the starting line. He's in yellow. We'll be starting from the inside position. Despain comes to the front.
Pull him down, pull him down, pull him down, pull him down. Come on, Rob. There you go. There you go, relax. Pull. Pull. Pull.
And Searle getting that sprint going early. Gonna make Despain go long. Despain hits the 200-meter line first. Searle now trying to come around. He's got the longer way. It looks like he's got more speed. And Searle will advance to the quarterfinal. Despain to the repechage. Coming up next, heat 4 of 6. Aaron Beze and Kirk Robinson. Aaron being brought to the line. He has drawn the inside position, being held by bronze medalist in the time trial, Joshua Ryan. Kirk Robinson, his opponent, will be starting from the outside in the dark blue. And Beze looking like he wanted to stay at the front.
Kirk, he needs to speed up. Make him speed up. Be smart. Make him speed up. Let's go, Kirk.
Good bit of cat and mouse here. Beze in front with half a lap to go. And he will advance. Aaron will advance to the Quarters Robinsons to the repechage. And if you think the races are getting closer, you're not imagining things. The pairings are such that the qualification times are closer as we go from Heat 1 to Heat 6. Heat 6 being the closest in qualification time. Heat 5 the next closest. So fourth. Gravity always wins. Standage at the line in the kit of the Foundation for American Track Cycling. And Walthour has drawn the inside position. He's in the black kit, the white helmet. And Standage comes to the front. Standage in front, Walthour behind. And Standage picking it up. Walthour with a longer way to come around. He's holding it close, trying to keep that distance as short as possible as they come down to the line, and it's going to be Standage getting his wheel across first. Coming up next, our sixth and final heat in the 1/8 round for the men's 50 to 59 sprint. Thomas Schlesny and Steve Landry. And I've been informed that a warning has been issued to rider number 297, Bobby Walthour, for not holding their line during the final sprint. And so Schlesny drew the inside position, obliged to lead the first part of that lap. Landry in the green drew the outside position, and we'll be starting from behind. Once again, these two riders the most closely matched in qualifying times. Schlesny hits the 200-meter line first. Landry's going to have to make up ground and have a longer way to come around. And Schlesny will advance to the quarterfinal. Landry to the repechage. And before we can have that repechage round, we will have a short break as mandated in the time to recover between sprints. So we're on a short break for a number of minutes here. And so the heat pairings, not that they need to come up now, we've got a break, but the heat pairings are Kyle, Landry, and Robinson in heat 1, Despain, Francis, and Stanage in heat 2. That'll come after the mandated break between sprints for the men 55 to 59. I've been informed that the call has been a relegation to rider number 297 for not holding their line during the final sprint in heat number 5. Once again, the relegation for Bobby Walthour in heat number 5 for not holding their line during the final sprint. They will go to the repechage. And I've been informed we are 2 minutes away from the start of racing. 2 minutes away, that'll be 10:04. It's currently 10:02. And the revised start list: Heat 1, Charles Kyle, Steve Landry, Kirk Robinson. Heat 2, Robert Spain, Robert Francis, and Bobby Walthour. Those are your updated start lists for the repechage round of the men's 55 to 59 sprint. We'll have another break after this, I believe, before we go to the quarterfinals, ride number 1. Started off this morning with 200-meter time trial, did the 1/8 finals, and now we're doing the repechage, or second chance heat, for those riders to get back into the tournament. And we're going to be pulling up Charles Kyle, Kirk Robinson, and Steve Landry to the start area. They should have drawn for position. And so we'd like first heat on track. Looks like Landry is the DNS, so it's going to be Charles Kyle and Kirk Robinson. On track, we should have Despain, Francis, and Walthour in the ready area. You're going to be right up behind them. This is a 3-lap. Second chance, one and done to get back into the tournament. So 272 at the line, Charles Kyle. In the red and black. Brian's House of Pain. And starting from the inside, rider number 283, Kirk Robinson. One of these two gentlemen will get back into the sprint tournament. So once again, Robinson in blue, Kyle in red and black. Robinson in front, Kyle behind. Robinson in the pole lane. He owns everything under that right red stripe. Kyle's going to have to come the longer way around. And Robinson owns the pole and the right to go back into the tournament. So Robinson wins it over Kyle. Heat 2 coming up next, Robert Despain, Bobby Walthour, and Robert Francis. Okay, so it would appear Despain is on the inside, Walthour in the middle, Francis on the outside. Francis looking to get things going. Comes to the front. Francis in front of Spain, Francis in white, Spain in blue. Bell and 1 to go. Francis hits the 200-meter line first. Spain with the longer way to come around. And Francis keeps the power on through the start-finish line, and he will rejoin the tournament. And we'll go into another 10-minute break here. So at 10:19, we will resume with the quarterfinals for men 55 to 59, 10 minutes from now. 10-minute break. And we'll be starting our next event, quarterfinal round, ride number 1 of the quarterfinal round of the men's 55 to 59 sprint. In Heat 1, it is top qualifier Ko Honora of Japan and Bob Francis of the United States. Heat 2 should be in the ready area. Kirk Robinson and Alan Townsend of the U.S. and Australia, respectively. Last call, Bob Francis. Last call, Bob Francis. In Heat 3, we'll have Schlesny and Searle. And Bezai and Stanage in Heat 4. These are best 2 of 3. Winners advance to the semifinals. Others will race in the minor final for 5th through 8th place. Seat 1 of 4 in the quarterfinal round. Men's 60-64, you'll be the next event. Francis has drawn the inside position. And having drawn the inside position, Francis is obliged to lead the first part of the first lap. Unless overtaken.
When are you guys coming up here? I'm leaving tomorrow morning. I didn't realize you guys picked up the match. Can you hear me? Good building. Building.
Nora picking up the speed a little bit. Francis matching.
Hey, look, I didn't realize you guys had such a big commitment to Masters.
And Nora gets the pole.
When are you able to, I mean, we got to finish this today.
Francis now having to chase. They go down the back straight. Nora the faster qualifier.
Oh, okay, all right.
And Honora able to use his speed to take the first ride. Francis will get another chance in ride number 2 to send it to a decider and advance himself to the semifinals later in the program. Coming up next, heat 2 of 4. This, the matchup between Robinson and Townsend. Robinson of the U.S. and Townsend of Australia. Townsend of Australia on the line now in black with the blue helmet. Robinson of the U.S. in the blue skin suit with the black helmet. He'll be starting from the outside position. All right, Townsend in front, Robinson behind.
Rob, little progressive. Progress, progress, progress. Little more. Progress.
Robinson in front, Townsend behind as they come into the bell lap. Townsend using his speed to come to the front.
Shut it down. Kurt, shut it down.
And Townsend wins the first ride. Coming on track now, heat 3 of 4. Glenn Searle of Australia in the yellow, coming up to the line. And back down. '60-64, please proceed through bike check into the ready area. Mayer, Stoker, Mandy, Sacavo, Dent, Todd, Hall, and Wolkoff. Please proceed through bike checking into the ready area. Thomas Schlesny of Canada on the line. Out of the Burnaby Velodrome. And Searle in position. Schlesney in front in white, Searle in yellow behind. Searle, our third fastest qualifier. Searle comes up alongside as they come into the bell lap. Gets a jump going in the 200 meters. Schlesney with the ground to make up. Starts closing the gap as he comes to the turn. Candy slingshot. Coming right down to the line. Schlesney gets across first. Takes the first ride. Well timed, well timed. And Aram Bezai comes to the front. He'll be starting from the inside position. Standage from the outside position. Bezai in the black helmet, Standage in the white helmet. Standage comes down, under, and to the front. Bezai comes back to the front with a lap to go. And Bezai comes across the line first. We will now be moving on to ride number 1 of heat number 1 in the quarterfinal round of the men's 60 to 64 sprint. I've been informed that in Heat 4 there was a relegation to rider number 256 for entering the lane the sprinter's lane while the opponent was already there. Once again, a relegation for rider number 256 in Heat number 4 of the previous round for entering the sprinter's lane when the opponent was already there. Mayer in front in the black and blue, Stoker behind, Australia in white. Stoker in white, the fastest qualifier in the flying 200-meter time trial. So Mayer in front as they come into the final 250 meters. At the front with 200 to go. Stoker coming up alongside on the home straight. And Stoker times it to perfection, crosses the line first. And wins ride number 1. Coming on track now, heat number 2 of 4 in the quarterfinal round of the men's 60 to 64. This is ride number 1. Between Carlos Daniel Sacavo and Gary Mandy. Like Sacavo has drawn the inside position. He in the blue and white of Argentina. And Gary Mandy in black will be starting from the outside. Mandy, the second fastest qualifier in the 200-meter time trial. Next event after this is the men's 65 plus team pursuit. After the fourth heat, we are on heat 2. Sicavo still in front of Mandy as they come into 2 laps to go. Both riders low on the track. Colin 1 to go, Sicavo in front, Mandy behind. Sicavo hits the 200-meter line first. And Mandy just gets that wheel across, does enough work to take the first ride. On track now, heat 3 of 4, Kenneth Todd and D. Dent. Dent of Great Britain looks to have drawn the outside position. Todd will be starting from inside position. Todd in the blue in front, obliged to lead the first part of that first lap. Unless overtaken. Dent behind the faster qualifier. And Bell and 1 to go. Todd in front, Dent behind. Todd crosses the 200-meter line first. Then bringing it alongside as they come through the turn. And Dent crosses the line first. Okay, and in that last heat, a warning has been issued to rider 237 Kenneth Todd for moving outward with the intention of forcing the opponent to go up. Once again, in heat number 3, a warning issued to Kenneth Todd for moving outward with the intention of forcing the opponent to go up. On track now, heat 4 of 4, starting from the inside from the United States of America, Jay Wolkoff, and on the outside, Marvin Hall, also of the United States of America. Marvin Hall in black, Wolkoff in green. These two riders most closely matched in qualifying times. Fell in 1 to go as Hall comes towards the front. Hits the 200-meter line first. And Hall takes the first ride. Next up are 4 heats in the men's 65-plus men team pursuit final. Heat number 1, the Four Seasons. Richard Allen, David Mullica, Mitch Odell, and Steve West. Team undecided should decide to be in the ready area. That's heat number 2. As we get ready to bring heat number 1 on track. And sounds like we had a successful test. And we'll get started with our men's 65 plus team pursuit. This is a timed final, 4 kilometers, 16 laps. Team with the fastest time is the world champion. Second fastest time, silver medalist. Third fastest, bronze. This is heat 1 of 4. We'll be running these as one-ups. Heat 1 will be setting the time to beat. In this race, time is taken off of the third rider. So at least 3 riders need to complete the full distance. Again, this is the 4 seasons: Richard Allen, David Mollica, Mitchell Odell, and Steve West. And heat 1 of 4 off and underway. So they'll be setting the times to beat as they go throughout this 16 laps, 4 kilometer team pursuit. Team starting off with 1 lap poles. The rider at the front doing 30% more work than the riders in the slipstream behind. We're then trying to recover at speed before they come to the front, do the harder amount of work. Coming up on the 1K split. The time to beat at the 1K split, a 1:31:2:43, 1:31:2:43, the 1K split. Once again, this is heat 1 of 4. Top 3 stand on the podium. Fastest team become the gold medalists and world champions in the 65 plus men's team pursuit. Coming up on the halfway point, 8 laps in, 8 laps to go. The 2K split of 300, 328, 129 kilometer. And they're down to 3. Steve West pulls off. Work done. Coming up on the 3K split with 1 kilometer to go, one kilometer to go. 3K split, 427, 672, 427, 672, a 127.344 flying kilometer. Almost 2 seconds faster than they were on their second kilometer, so going smoothly. The Four Seasons. When they hit the home straight, it'll be bell and 1 to go. Our timing provided by 1 to go Event Services, powered by racetiming.ca. And the Four Seasons set the time to beat. A 5:51.943. 5:51.943. Time to beat. The final kilometer, a 1:24.270. So each successive kilometer faster for the Four Seasons. Nice ride in heat number 1. Coming on track now, heat 2 of 4. Team Undecided. Mark Altamirano, William Byatt, Paul Gossi, and Robert Kowal. Start countdown has begun. And heat 2 of 4 is off and underway. Fastest opening lap so far, 25.566. Coming up on that 1K split. $124, $188, $124, $188, 7 seconds up on the Four Seasons. $11 laps to go. And then there were 3. Coming up on the halfway point, 8 laps in, 8 laps to go in that 2K split. The 2K split of 241, 744, a 117, 585 kilometer, 117 kilometer for the second kilometer of Team Undecided, now down to 3 riders.
Steady, steady.
Five laps to go. Coming up on the 3K split with 1K to go. 1K to go. The 3K time, a 4:00:749. 4:00:749. a 1:18.9, so 1:19 kilometer. Two laps to go, 2 laps to go. This is heat 2 of 4. Team Undecided riding themselves into a medal. Exactly what flavor we'll find out in the next 2 heats. But they have been setting best times. It's the second heat off. And time will be taken off of the third rider. It will be a new best time.
Beautiful. Well done. This has I might need a lighter one. I can check it. I mean, this one here.
And it looks like the time's official, 5:20.848. 5:20.848. Team Undecided as heat number 3, Cuatro Amigos. Cuatro Amigos comes on track now. Jack Hines, Larry Wolf, Stephen Worley, and Richard Cullen. Once again, Cuatro Amigos. And countdown has begun for heat number 3 of 4, Cuatro Amigos. And Cuatro Amigos off and underway. This is our penultimate heat in the men's 65 plus team pursuit. Next event will be ride number 2 in the quarterfinal round of the men's 55 to 59 sprint. Fastest opening lap so far, a 24.674. 43-second 500 meters. Get you that 1K split here. A lap from now.
Come on, Jack! Go, Jack! 8-3! Good, 8-3! Go, Steve! Come on, Steve! 8-2! 8-2! Good!
Fastest 1K split so far, a 1:19.829, a 1:19.829. Almost 4.5 seconds faster than any other team so far. Cuatro Amigos riding their way into a medal.
Bring it back up, Larry! 8-4! Wonderful! Come on, Larry! 8-6!
Coming up on the halfway point, 8 laps in, 8 laps to go.
Come on, Jack! Let's go, let's go! 8-8!
2K split, a 2:34, 3:48, 7.5 seconds faster than previous comers. A 1:14.5 flying kilometer.
Come on, Steve! Come on! 8-9! Nine-oh!
19-second laps. Men's 65 plus team time trial, team pursuit.
Steady! 8-8! Good, Larry, good! 8-8, come on, Jack!
Still with a full complement of 4 riders as they come into the 3K split, 1K to go.
9-6! Come on, 4 to go!
4 laps to go, 4 laps to go. 3K split, a 350.800, a 116.5 flying kilometer.
Come on, Jack! 3 riders! 3 riders! Make it on, Jack!
And then there were 3, down to 3 riders with 3 laps to go. Time taken off of the 3rd rider.
Come on, Steve! Good, good! Good! Here we go!
It'll be Bell and 1 to go here.
9-1, all the way to the line! Fan out! One! Go, 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 go! One! Great job!
New best time, Cuatro Amigos.
Great job, guys! Good execution! Good!
A 5:08, 497, 5:08, 497. Coming on track now, heat 4 of 4, our final heat in the men's 65 plus team pursuit. Masters of the Veloverse, Kent Bostic, Shannon Fox, Michael Hines, and David Stanton. While we're getting set up here, how about a big round of applause for all of our volunteers ducking out of work to come here on a Monday. And we'll get everybody off the track before we start the countdown for the final heat here. Once again, these are the Masters of the Veloverse, Kent Bostic, Shannon Fox, Michael Hines, and David Stanton.
My guy, he should win. And I should be free after that.
Fastest opening lap so far, 24 seconds. Coming up on the 1K split. New best time at the 1K by over a second and a half, a 1:18.234. 1:18.234 for Masters of the Veloverse. Right now, the Four Seasons on the bubble. Our next event will be Ride 2 of the quarterfinal round of the sprint for men 55 to 59. That'll be followed by Ride 2 of the quarterfinal for 60-64. Coming up on the halfway point, 8 laps in, 8 laps to go. 18-second laps as they complete the first 2 kilometers in a 2:33.291, 1:15 flying kilometer. When they hit the home straight, it will be 3 kilometers, 4 laps to go. 3K split coming up here momentarily. Masters of the Veloverse continuing to set new best times. 3:47 at the 3K, a 1:14 flying kilometer. They are picking up speed, ladies and gentlemen. Masters of the Veloverse riding their way to perhaps a gold medal and a world championship in the team pursuit for men 65 plus. My men 55 to 59 should be through bike check and in the ready area. Honora, Francis, Townsend, Robinson, Shalesny, Searle, Stanage, and Bezai. Bellin 1 to go, time taken off of the 3rd rider. New best time and your world champions, Masters of the Veloverse. Looks like they completed that in a 5:03.697. 5:03.697. Let's give it up for all of our men 65 plus men's team pursuiters. So coming on track now, second ride of heat number 2 in the quarterfinal round of the sprints for men 55-59. Honora will be starting from the inside position this time, Francis from the outside position. So once again, this is a best 2 of 3 series. This is ride number 2, Nora won ride number 1. The winner of the best of 3 series advances to the semifinals. And Francis comes to the front. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to control the evolution of the race from the front. Nora agitating from the behind, trying to pick up the pace. Bob Francis hits that 200-meter line first, and Nora's going to have to use his speed, put some daylight between himself and Francis, and Nora will take it in 2. I do believe Bob will have a chance in the minor final this afternoon, 5 through 8. That completes heat number 1. We'll go on to heat number 2 now between Alan Townsend and Kirk Robinson. Townsend, number 290 in the black with the blue helmet, has drawn the inside position. And Robinson I guess I'm wrong. Robinson in the blue with the black helmet. Starts from the inside position. Townsend, the second fastest qualifier. Robinson came back to this through the repechage. Robinson with a little bit of daylight between himself and Townsend as they come into the final lap. Leads evaporating as they come down the back straight. Townsend now coming alongside. Comes to the front and crosses the line first for the second time, and Townsend will advance to the semifinals. And 60-64, you should be in the ready area. You're coming up here momentarily as we've got heat 3 of 4 in the second ride of the quarterfinal round of sprints. Coming on track right now. Searle of Australia in the yellow will be starting from the inside position, and Shalesny of Vancouver, Canada, will be starting from the outside. Shalesny trying to come to the front. Searle keeping his nose in the wind. 2 laps to go. With a lap and a half to go, they're drag racing side by side through the turn. Shalesny with the longer way to come around. Searle back at the front. Searle hits the 200-meter line first. And Shalesny takes it in 2. Good racing from both of those gentlemen. And coming up next, ride number 2 in the quarterfinal round for heat number 4. There's the congratulations of competitors. As Fred Stanage will be starting from the inside position. Aram Bezai from the outside position in the red, white, and black. Black helmet. Last ride was won by Bezai. Fell in 1 to go. Stanage still at the front. Bezai taking a run, coming out of the turn, side by side. Bezai with the longer way to come around. Stanage not giving any ground as they come right down to the line. It's going to be, ooh, close. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be close. I thought I saw Stanage, but, you know. And I was right. Everybody mark this down. Doesn't happen very often. Fred Stanage winning ride number 2 of heat number 4 in the quarterfinal round of the men's 55 to 59. I think we can give both of those gentlemen a huge round of applause for some great, exciting racing. as we go on now to the 60 to 64. That ties it up. We'll have a third ride, a decider for heat number 4. So we'll get to see those two gentlemen racing again. Oops, I'm sorry, there was a relegation, my bad. So Standage takes it in 2, and there will not be a third ride. Lost it in my notes. All right, in heat 1, we've got Jeff Stoker on the inside and John Mayer on the outside. Australia on the inside, Canada on the outside. And Mayer has come to the front willingly. He was at the front last time. Stoker was able to come around. Stoker, the fastest qualifier. Fell in 1 to go. Mayer comes down to the pole first, hits the 200-meter line first. Stoker perhaps biding his time. Coming up alongside and comes over the top. Stoker takes it in 2. Up next, the second ride in heat 2 of the quarterfinal round of the sprints for men 60 to 64. This one will see Gary Mandy starting from the pole position, inside position, and Zacavo of Argentina starting from the outside. Mandy won the last ride. Zacavo needs to win this ride to send it to the decider and have a chance for gold later. Mandy in front in black, Zacavo in the white and blue of Argentina behind. Mandy, the second fastest qualifier. Mandy letting Zakavo be in the front position. This was the relative position coming into the bell lap last time when Mandy took the ride. And Zakavo winds it up. Mandy. Looks like he got across in time to me, but. And he did. Mandy takes it in 2. Up next, D. Dent and Kenneth Todd. Dent will be starting from the inside position this time, Todd from the outside position. Heat 3 of 4. Men 45 to 49, he'll be up momentarily in the team pursuit. 45 to 49. May have a ride 3 here, but we'll see. But you should be prepared, as there will be no ride 3 for the men 55 to 59. Dent obliged to lead the first part of the first lap. Looks happy to do so.
That'll work for now. Whatever's small. Whatever's small.
And Dent keeps control of the pole lane. Todd now with a longer way to come around. And Dent's going to seal the deal in 2. He advances to the semis. Coming up next, heat 4 of 4. This is ride number 2 between Marvin Hall and Jay Wolkoff. Marvin Hall won ride number 1. That was from the outside position. This time he'll be assigned to start from the inside position. Men 45-49 team pursuit, you should be through bike check at this time. Your event may be next. Your event may be next.
That's a popular window one that a lot of squads use.
Volkov, more or less side by side. So they finished the first part of the first lap. And there's the bell. Hall crosses that 200-meter line first. Volkov making a run at it as he comes through the turn. And Hall takes it in two. Hall will advance to the semifinals. We are now off to our next event, the men's 45 to 49 pursuit final. Hagobian, Bowling, Bauskas, Rep, Tomko, Slack, Perkins, Cattell, McKee should be through bike check. This is the individual pursuit for men 45 to 49. This will be a one and done timed final, 3 kilometers, 12 laps. We'll be doing these 2 up. There are 6 heats. Heat number 1 will just have a single rider starting from the home straight, Garen Hagobian of the United States.
Kim, how's it going?
Good, how are you guys? Good, how are you doing?
I'm tired but sad it's over.
You're done?
Yeah, I did a TT yesterday and a match prep this morning.
Because we're done. I'm just starting.
Countdown has begun. Garen Hagobian will be setting the time to beat for all following riders. Once again, it's heat 1 of 6. And heat 1 is off and underway, 12 laps to go. Should have Brian Bowling in the ready area on the home straight. Looks like we do, and we should have Imantas Dubauskas of Lithuania on deck on the back straight. Martin Rupp and Daniel Tomko, you should be getting ready as well. You will be riding in heat number 3. Heat 1 is on track now. A 43.7 at the 500 meters. The 1K split of 122.408. $122.408, the opening kilometer from Garen Hagobian, the U.S. At the halfway point, 6 laps in, 6 laps to go in heat number 1 of 6 in men's 45 to 49 pursuit final. The 2K split of 243.403. He's got 4 laps to go. 243.403, a 120.9 flying kilometer. So picking up speed as he comes into the final 4 laps of this 3 kilometer, 12 lap individual pursuit timed final. Bell and 1 to go. Garen Hagobian setting the time to beat. And the final time of 4:05.882, 4:05.882 for Garen Hagobian. Coming on track now, on the home straight, rider number 378, Brian Bowling. And on the back straight, Imantas Dubauskas of Lithuania. Martin Rupp and Daniel Tomko should be in the ready area as those riders are brought up on track. Once again, Martin Rupp, Daniel Tomko, and then it's going to be Noah Slack and James Perkins following them. we've got a false start on the back straight. Get both riders into those starting gates. Release on 0. This is heat 2 of 6. Restart of the heat between Brian Bowling, well, with Brian Bowling and Humantas Dubauskas. This is a timed final, so it's not really the opponent on the other side of the track as much as it is the clock. And heat number 2 of 6 is off and underway. Dubauskas with the fastest opening lap so far at 22.7. Bowling second fastest with a 24.9. Dubauskas with the fastest kilometer so far, a 1:12.0. Bowling second fastest with a 1:18.7.
I'll be manned on the backstretch in case there's an emergency swap.
Dubauskas at the halfway point, 6 laps in, 6 laps to go. Dubauskas coming up on his 2K split, 1K to go. 2:23.4, a 1:11 flying kilometer for Dubauskas. Bowling second fastest so far with a 2:33.829 at the 2K, a 1:15 flying kilometer. Boskus coming up on 1 lap to go. Boskus finishes with new best time, 3:41, 6:59. Bowling finishes second fastest so far with a 3:41, 6:59. Hagobian on the bubble as we bring up heat number 3, Martin Rupp and Daniel Tomko. We should have Noah Slack and James Perkins on deck. Once again, heat number 3 being brought on track. We should have heat number 4 on deck in the ready area, Noah Slack and James Perkins. Martin Rupp of Switzerland will be starting from the home straight. Daniel Tomko of the United States will be starting from the back straight. Rupp in black and Tomko with the blue sleeves. And Rupp with a new best time on the opening lap, a 22.4. Tomko third fastest with a 24.0. This is heat 3 of 6. Men's 45-49 pursuit timed final. Both riders coming up on the 1K split. Tomko second fastest with a 1:14.9. Rupp third fastest with a 1:15.0. Both riders coming up on their 2K split. 8 laps in, 4 laps to go. Rupp now second fastest, having picked up some speed, 2:26.893. Tomko 2:30.903. Riders going back and forth, second and third fastest so far. Rupp with a 111, Tomko with a 115 over that last kilometer. Bell and 1 to go for Rupp. Bell and 1 to go for Tomko. Rupp finishes second fastest so far with a 3:42.709, 3:42.709. Tomko right behind him, third fastest so far with a 3:48.773, 3:48.773. On track now, heat number 4 of 6, Noah Slack of the United States on the home straight and James Perkins of Great Britain on the back straight. Chef Jeremy Cattell of the U.S. in the ready area on deck, and Justin McKay of Great Britain on the back straight ready area. Stewart and Allington, you will be in our final heat. This is heat 4 of 6. And heat 4 of 6 is off and underway. Slack and Perkins with the third and fourth fastest opening laps so far. Both riders coming up on their 1K split with 8 laps to go. Slack crossing second fastest so far with a 1:12.8. Perkins third fastest so far with a 1:13.4. Tomko on the bubble, third fastest so far. Riders completed. We're at the halfway point for both riders. 6 laps in, 6 laps to go. Both riders coming up on their 2K split with 4 laps to go. New best time from Noah Slack with 1K to go, a 220.748. Perkins right behind him with a 221.853. New best times from Noah Slack. James Perkins of Great Britain right behind him. Coming in their final 2 laps. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the louder you are, the faster they go. It's going to be bell and 1 to go for both of these competitors very soon. Now it's Perkins setting down new best times. Slack trying to get back on terms. And we have a new best time from Perkins of Great Britain at 3:31.267. Noah Slack 3:35.233. Some great racing there in heat number 4. On track now, heat number 5, starting from the home straight, Jeremy Cattell of the United States of America. And on the back straight, Justin Mackay of Great Britain. We should have Joel Stewart and Chris Allington on deck, ready to start next. This is heat 5 of 6, the penultimate heat, to determine the world champion for men 45 to 49 in the individual pursuit. Cattell in the red on the home straight. Justin Mackay of Great Britain on the back in yellow. Mackay and Cattell with the 5th and 8th fastest opening laps so far. This is our final heat. Dubauskas is on the bubble, currently 3rd place. Fastest so far, Perkins. 2nd fastest, Slack. 3rd fastest, Dubauskas. As Mackay and Cattell currently riding 4th and 7th fastest so far. Mackay finishes the 1st kilometer 4th fastest with a 1:14.2. Cattell 7th fastest with a 1:15.9. Our next event will be the medal ceremony for the team and individual pursuits. Guy of Great Britain now knocking at the door of 3rd place with a 4th best time with 5.5 laps to go. Mackay, fourth fastest at the 2K with a 2:23.732. Cattell, fifth fastest with a 2:24. Mackay with a 109 kilo. Cattell picking it up with a 108 kilo. Both these riders faster in their second kilometer than their first. Two to go for both riders. Cattell now putting down the third best time, may have put himself onto the podium if he can hold on to it. One lap to go for Jeremy Cattell and Justin Mackay. Second fastest, Cattell climbing the podium as he comes into the final half lap. And Cattell finishes with the second best time, 3:35.670, puts himself on the middle step of the second place on the podium. Mackay just outside with a 3:35.751. Your podium for the men's, oops. Sorry, we have one more heat to go. I've got ahead of myself there. Coming up, heat 6 of 6, Joel Stewart on the home straight of Great Britain, Chris Allington on the back straight of New Zealand. So slack on the bubble. Perkins first, Cattell second, and Slack third of the riders so far, with two riders yet to go, Joel Stewart of Great Britain and Chris Allington of New Zealand. And heat 6 of 6 is off and underway. Allington with the fastest opening lap so far, a 21.7. Allington off to a flying start. Stewart with the third fastest times as we approach the 1K split a lap from now. Allington fastest at the 1K by a wide margin with a 1:11.288. Sorry, Allington first at a 1:10.764. Joel Stewart second fastest with a 1:11.288. Now Stewart coming to the front, setting down new best times as they approach the halfway point. It was Allington, now it's Stewart with the faster times. Hamish Ferguson letting him know he's behind Chris Allington, second fastest as Joel Stewart continues to build his lead. The 2K split, Stewart with a 2:15.7, Allington with a 2:18.1. Stewart second flying kilometer, a 1:04. Allington with a 1:07. Two laps for Joel Stewart. Bell and one to go for Joel Stewart. New best time, and this is the final heat, so now your winner. Joel Stewart with a 3:21, 5:24. Chris Allington, second fastest of all racers today with a 3:30.098. James Perkins will get the bronze. So let's have a big round of applause for all of our men's 45 to 49 individual pursuiters. Especially congratulations to Joel Stewart for that fantastic 3:21.5 3-kilometer individual pursuit. We will be going to awards next, and that will conclude session number 1.